But back to the logistics situation on the silo, the technical aspects. Water supplies on the silo. Like, how do they work?
I mean, this was
'Cause-
pretty neat. You just walk up to
yeah,
a fountain, it'll turn it on,
yeah.
you get fresh water.
Which implies some sort of abundance because the water's available. It's free faucet. Just turn
High pressure, not
high
a little
pressure.
dribble dribble. It's like floating.
Societal trust. She just drinks it. She's like, it's clean. So there's lots of trust. And then just the technical aspects, like where's the purifier? How are the
Yeah.
pumps and pipes doing?
You get like a
How
single lead pipe in the entire system. Now everyone has poisoning. Like, oof.
Right. And the pipes have to be replaced, which I guess is realistic.
Because otherwise there's corrosion.
Mhm.
It would shut down,
buildup.
and then you have layers of silo that doesn't have water. That doesn't have
Right.
like, super bad.
So that means mechanical is like they've gotten a maintenance schedule for I don't know how many levels are 100 levels. Mechanical has 100 maintenance schedule for all 100 levels. Oh, level 10 they have pipes that are reaching the end of their life. We got to send a team up, replace all the pipes, and then level 9 is next, replace all the pipes, and you got to do all the way up to the top and then restart, or you got to keep a log of all that. And how do you test the water?
That's right. So they got to test it for chemical problems. They also had to test it for bacterial problems and
Yep.
I don't know, microorganisms. Because if people are drinking this water, they got to have a way to clean it.
Right, and we know up on the surface that it's like poisonous air, maybe poisonous dust. Like we know that, which means if it's coming from rain, or even just far away rain, coming down into the ground, and they're sucking it up like in a well situation.
Interesting.
There's no guarantee that it's pure, unadulterated water.
So my first thought was that this was 100% recycled. But actually, or just because I think of the silo as just a closed capsule, like a biodome situation. But actually, that's not necessarily true. And in fact, I think it's not true because there's water underneath the silo. Like they're built below the water level, like for sure, it's super deep, right? Which means they could be picking up underwater aquifers, which I think
so I guess
in general are pretty clean.
Yeah,
Like it's filtered by the dirt above it.
right. And if it's radioactive or something on the surface, I don't know what that would
That's
be.
a problem. That would come down with it.
It might come down with it. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it would be nice to have some testing. And I guess
That's right.
based on Silo 17's flooding, the water table is sitting at level
Yeah.
23,
Yeah.
roughly here. So they're actively keeping the water out of the silo somehow, or maybe it's passive, but then there might be cracks.
Pumping it up.
It's
But
just-
if they're getting
it's a-
water from the bottom, that means that they're pumping water up the silo, right?
Yep.
And so in here with humans, like in real world, we have water towers that you pump
Yeah.
the water up real slow, and then that way there's all this head pressure that
Yep.
pushes water into your house, and so that's when you get like showers or whatever, right? But if they're pumping up, imagine how terrible the showers are at the top of the silo, right? Because you have to push all this pressure up as you go, right? So by the time you get to the top of the silo, your showers are like dribble, 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 no water pressure.
Which means, okay, that means there's got to be
Which means the down deep is the best place to live.
yeah.
You get like super high water pressure. You get 100 stories of water pressure just squishing down, like melt your skin off water
Oh
showers.
shit, that would be too much. That'd be like a water cutter or whatever. So that means you got to have like water storage devices every 10 or 20 floors to keep the water pressure high and to keep the water stocked.
That's much more reasonable.
Right. But that also means mechanical has to regularly go up to those water towers, which are on all levels, all the way up to the top.
That's right.
And replace pipes and maintain the pumps and check the purity. And this means
Which
mechanical
means-
is throughout the silo at all times.
That's right. I agree. And it also means that people should respect mechanical because I have a broken shower. Who's going to fix it? Mechanical.
And I want to keep on
Don't
I
shit
want
on
to keep
them.
on good terms with my mechanical people because they're responsible for my shower and my drinking water and my cooking and all of
That's
these
right.
things.
That's right.
So just the fact that this is abundance has large implications for how society and silo works.
Also, the open access. Can we look at that fountain?
Yep.
Open access, like that's ripe for bad behavior. Maybe just mischief. Maybe like a teenager pees in it or whatever, or they throw like a bottle of laundry detergent and it all bubbles up. Like that's criminal mischief. But
Right.
That means the cohesion must be pretty good, where the people aren't doing that, because otherwise bubbles will mess up whatever is pumping the water up here.
Yeah, and then if there is a rebellion, I mean, in human history, one of the best ways to take out a city or something, if you're fighting, is to, poison the water supply. It's like dead bodies and bacteria.
Or you just stop their water supply. If you can divert a river, like what are people inside the fortress going to do? They're just going to not drink. Not going to drink. They're going to surrender.
So this represents a high trust society in some respect, that nobody's going to mess around with this, except for maybe some kids peeing in it or something. But generally, it's going to be good, which means there's a high level of trust for mechanical, because they're the ones in charge, and yet they're the ones who rebel, and they're like, "You guys are crap." What?
I won't rebel if you stop pushing me.
Right. So,
weird silo. Weird silo.
Weird silo. Yeah.